Canary Street Press and Harper Audio present Forever in Honeymoon Harbor by Joann Ross, performed by Ashley Klanac. Once again to Jay, my first and only love and husband of 57 years, whom I recognized at first sight. What's holding me together as I write this is that just as you always believed in me, I'm going to believe what you pinky swore, that you'll wait for me, and we'll resume the dance we'd already done before that unforgettable summer day when 15-year-old me met 17-year-old you. Yet right now, I miss you more than words can say, and will love you forever. Chapter 1. Western Washington State was well known for its rain, but as residents of the cities spread along Puget Sound knew, there were many seasons. Rain, extra rain, which brought with it the long dark, fake spring, disappointment, yet more rain, sunshine, intense sunshine, glorious sunshine, and then the cycle would begin again. The peninsula located on the far northwest part of the country did get its share of rain, as much as 12 feet a year in the Hoh rainforest. But Honeymoon Harbor was located in the Olympic Mountains rain shadow, which tourism brochures and realtors referred to as the state's banana belt. Rainfall was actually less than the country's average, and the summer days were pleasant and sunny, which accounted for another season, known locally as the Double W's, weddings and Winnebagos. While he was always grateful for the income the horde of vacationers who flooded into town during the summer months provided, as Quinn Mannion watched a trio of motorhomes roll past the wide windows of the pub, he realized this year could prove a problem. "I'm glad Katie's techie husband got that promotion," he said, as he washed some beer mugs in the bar sink. But why did it have to be in Austin? Katie Young had spent the past 2 years excelling at taking reservations, greeting and seating guests, ensuring that they were kept happy, and in a pinch, filling in as a server when needed. And why did it have to happen now, after the usual summer workers have already been scooped up by all the other businesses and the park? The Olympic National Park, which advertised work opportunities surrounded by nearly 1 million acres of glacier-capped mountains, old-growth rainforests, over 70 miles of coastline and hot springs, was hard to compete with. Hadn't he worked as a lifeguard at Sol Duck Hot Springs Resort during summer breaks from the University of Washington? "I'm assuming you've posted on the employment boards at the college?" Quinn's brother, Burke, asked from where he was seated at the bar, working his way through an order of wings and a blue cheeseburger. "Yes, and Lily did her best to find someone." Lily Carpenter, head of marketing and an events planner at Clearwater Community College, had married Burke last year. Quinn shrugged as he put the mugs on a rack above the bar. "Like I said, I'm happy for Katie because they can afford to have a kid now, but the timing could have been better. I even threw the apartment in to sweeten up the job posting." Quinn had lived in the apartment over the bar after restoring the family pub that had been closed during Prohibition. Like many of the old waterfront buildings, it had sat empty until he'd given up his law practice in Seattle and returned home to brew award-winning craft beer and run Mannion's Pub and Brewery. After a year, once the place was up and running and didn't need constant care, he'd moved to a log house just outside of town on the banks of Mirror Lake. The expansion, which seemed a great idea at the time, is going to prove a problem. Last fall, he'd obtained a zoning variance to open a small patio of 6 tables outside on the rocky waterfront. His brother-in-law, Seth, had already laid the stones. The tables, which were late due to supply chain issues at the port in Seattle, were finally
Sample complete. Ready to continue?